Hey, Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training, and there's one specific thing that every great hitter does. Do you do it too? Let's jump right into the video and find out. So I think we can all agree that baseball is a huge game of inconsistencies. And what I mean by inconsistencies is things like the weather. Day to day, the weather changes, right? Some days it's beautiful like it is here today. And that's great. Those are the best baseball conditions. Some days it might be more humid or less humid. Some days there might be bugs out. Some days it might be a little bit rainy. Some days it might be cloudy. So the weather is always different. But the weather's not the only inconsistency in the game of baseball. How about just take a pitcher, for example? We have right-handed pitchers, so you're going to see right-handed pitchers. You're also going to see left-handed pitchers. You might even see a sidearm pitcher, a submarine pitcher, and that could all be in the exact same day, right? And so aside from if they throw right-handed or left-handed, each pitcher also has a different arm slot, right? Everybody does not throw the exact same way. They all throw with a different arm slot. They all throw different pitches, and they all throw different speeds, right? You might have some days where you feel great and other days where you're battling a cold. So what I'm getting at here is baseball is a game of inconsistent things. And so the reason why that's so important is because what we need to do to mitigate that is we need to be as consistent as we possibly can in the things that we can control. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. The one thing that every single great hitter has is they have what I like to call a hitting routine. Now stay with me here because this stuff is super important. Your hitting routine does not actually start in the batter's box where I'm at right now. It actually can start in the dugout. So we're in the dugout now, and I like to use the term control the controllables. And we can't control what we just talked about, all those inconsistencies, right? We can't control the weather. We can't control whether the other team chooses to put a righty or a lefty on the mound or what pitches he throws or the velocity or anything like that. But that's why it's so important to have our routine so that we can control the controllables, control the things that we can control, that we're capable of controlling. And that starts in the dugout. So I'm over here by the bat rack and where I'd pick up my helmet, right? And you need to start to develop a routine. So this is an exercise I want you to try. It can be fun even at home. You can do it in front of the mirror. You can do it in your living room and figure out, okay, what is my routine going to look like? But it starts, with a pregame routine. How are you going to get your body both mentally and physically ready to play? So that's where it starts. And then actually when it comes to hitting, it starts here. It starts when, let's say you're in the hole. So when I put on my batting gloves, my batting helmet, grab my bat out of the bat rack, what is my routine going to be? Hopefully it's not just, talking back and forth with a buddy about what's going on after the game. Hopefully it's maybe talking to other hitters who have seen this guy about, what pitches he throws, talking to your coach about what he's seeing, what the pitcher's tendencies are. Maybe it's, that happened already 5 minutes ago, and now that you're in the hole, right? Maybe you're sitting here, batting gloves on, helmet on, and you're sitting here and you are timing the pitcher, okay? But you have to have a routine when you're actually in the hole. Hitting does not start at the plate. It starts when you're in the hole or before you're even in the hole. But then once we're in the hole, boom, that guy gets on base. Now it's time for us to move to the on-deck circle. We have to have a routine there too. All right, so we've made our way to the on-deck circle, and to be honest, what you do in the dugout and what you do in the hole, your routine there, it doesn't matter quite as much. I want you to have a routine, but I really don't care what it is. As long as you're timing the pitcher, you're paying attention to the game, and it's something that you consistently do. But when you get to the on-deck circle, I think this routine has to be specific. If you go to a major league game, you are not going to see a hitter come out here his first at bat and do a routine where maybe, he does a couple arm swings, maybe he bends over and touches his toes, maybe he, rotates side to side, back and forth like this. You're not going to see him do that your first at bat and then his second at bat come up and do something completely different. Baseball players, especially players at the highest level, they're very routine oriented, both hitters and pitchers, right? And so I'm a believer that in the on-deck circle, you got to do the same thing every time. So this is the fun part. This is a challenge to do at home, right? Figure out before the season what your on-deck routine is going to be, all right? You obviously want to both warm up your mind and your body. So the first thing, get out here quick. Don't be, screwing around in the dugout. Get out here as quick as you can, right? Because we want to make sure that we have enough time to do our routine, okay? So nothing too crazy, but first I recommend getting your physical body ready. So, whatever that is, whether that's swinging the bat a couple times, whether that's rotating like I said, maybe you take 2 or 3 aggressive swings, but have some sort of a routine to get your physical body ready. Then it's time to lock in on the pitcher, get in your stance, and get your fastball timing down. That's the biggest thing I see too many players taking 100 swings in the on-deck circle. Yes, it's important to get your body ready to swing, but you want to make sure that you're getting your timing down so when you step up to the plate, boom, you're already locked in on the fastball timing. All right, so now it's our turn to hit. Again, I really don't care what your routine is. It's different for every single hitter. Some guys, like to do quirky things before they step in the batter's box. Some guys like to tap the plate in a certain way. I really don't care the specifics of your routine, but again, now that it's our time to hit, we have to have a routine in the batter's box. So we go from the on-deck circle, we walk to the plate. One thing I'd recommend that you do is give yourself a nice surface to obviously hit on. So try to fill any sort of holes that you can, all right? And then we want to step out of the batter's box. We always want to check with our third base coach, and obviously we should have already thought about the situation. Maybe he'll ask us to bunt here. Maybe he'll ask us to hit and run. We want to be aware, but then you actually look down to the third baseman, or the third base coach rather, and you get your sign, okay? So nothing's on. He tells me to swing away. All right, now we have to have a routine. So what is your routine going to be? Sit at home and figure it out. Grab a bat in your living room and figure it out. Is your routine going to be, okay, I look at the right field foul pole and I hold my bat out like this, and then I look at the label, right? And then I take a big deep breath. And then after I do my exhale, I step in with my right foot while I hold my hand up like this to the umpire. I step in with my right foot, then my left, and while I step on my left, I tap the outer part of the plate to make sure I have plate coverage, and then the inner part of the plate, then I do my bat like this, then I put it on my shoulder, okay? Maybe that's your routine. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something different. Maybe you like to tap the plate all over the place, like I said. Maybe, you like to step in with your front foot, but whatever your routine is, maybe you like to readjust your batting gloves. You have to have a routine. Again, why are we doing this? It's because we want to control the things we can control. Baseball is a game filled with inconsistencies, and every great hitter is going to control what they're capable of. That's what it's about. It's about owning your particular routine. Okay, so we did all of our pre-pitch routine. We got that dialed in. We got our in-the-hole routine, our on-deck routine, our routine at the beginning of an at-bat. Now, how about in between pitches? Okay, so let's say I'm ready to go. I'm locked and loaded, and the first pitch is a ball one outside. Okay, what's my routine now? Am I gonna readjust the dirt maybe? Maybe that's something you do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just step out and again, get your sign, okay? Maybe it's you want to release that pitch, and so you do something with your batting gloves. Maybe you undo them and then redo them again, all right? And then, again, it goes back to looking at that right field foul pole, looking back at our bat, doing the deep breath. You have to have a routine in between pitches as well. You have to figure out what that's going to be. What's your mental routine going to be? Is it thinking about that last pitch? Is it thinking about what the pitcher is likely to throw next? What's your mental routine? How are you going to release that pitch? Let's say you swung and missed and you fouled off a ball that you should have crushed. What's your go-to for releasing that pitch? So routine. So we just finished our at-bat, and good, bad, great, ugly, whatever it is, whether it's a home run, whether it's a strikeout looking, you need to have some sort of a routine for when you get back to the dugout, something that you go to, something that you do every single time without fail. So obviously, I recommend putting your bat away and your helmet. When you take off your batting gloves, when you put your helmet away, you need to release that at bat, good or bad, because it's in the past, it's over. There's nothing you can do to change that, and now it's time to make adjustments and move forward and play in the present moment, okay? But one thing that I encourage you to do is go and sit down on the bench for just a minute, okay? And get rid of all the distractions. Don't just go talking to some of your buddies. Sit down by yourself and think about your at bat. Think about pitch by pitch, okay, what was the pitcher trying to do there? Did I have a good plan? Did I swing at good pitches? Did I get myself out, or did the pitcher truly beat me? Go through the at-bat and figure out, oh, okay, this guy's consistently throwing this particular pitch to me in this particular location. You're going to pick up tendencies. You're going to find some holes in your game that you can work on in practice, and even pick up a journal and write down, okay, number 6 is the pitcher right now. Okay, so number 6, these are the pitches that he threw to me. This is the sequence. And then the next time you play this team and you face number 6, it's literally like building up your own database filled with knowledge. So have some sort of a routine that you do after every single at-bat. This is something that elite hitters do, hitters at the highest level, but younger hitters just completely forget about. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And before you go, I want you to grab my free Bat Speed Boosters workout. This is a workout that you can start going through right now, and in the next few days see a dramatic improvement in both your bat speed and your power, which is what it's all about as a hitter. So this free Bat Speed Boosters workout, 100% free, no strings attached. All you have to do is click on the link in the first comment. I'll pin that link for you so it's easy to find. Just go to that page and you'll find out all the details there. Go ahead and do that right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.